State Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi. He joins us from our Benin Network studio. Thank you very much for joining us, Honorable Minister.
Very much for having me. A very good evening to all Nigerians.
I'm sure you followed the reports, and going by what some experts are saying, that the 2025 farming season will be impacted greatly because of the irregular rainfall patterns, and we're seeing increase in pests, and of course, which will lead to potential losses. What adaptation strategy has the ministry put in place to help the smallholder farmers, build resilience?
Well, thank you very much for having me. I think we should first understand exactly where we are. At the outside, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said it very clearly when he came on board that the nation, Nigeria, is faced by, 3 challenges. You are talking about desert encroachment in the north. You are talking about, the coastal erosion and, impoundment of the, various communities as a result of rising tide of the sea due to climate change. And in the, north central, we are dealing with the issue of floods. And so the challenges of climate change generally means that a lot has to change. And because we realize this, just like I've said now, Mr. President at the highest level understood this, and I think he mentioned this in his address to the United Nations General Assembly when he came on board. Now, what we in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security are doing is to see how we can properly situate these challenges that we are facing. Remember, it is said that a problem known is a problem solved. So the challenges of climate change is real, is here with us, and as a policy instrument or a policy directive or imperative, I think we understood it at the highest level. And so what the ministry is doing is a bouquet of actions that we believe needs to be taken to ensure that we can support our agricultural production system while transforming our agricultural production to the direction of food sovereignty, meaning we should be in total control of how we produce our food, what we produce and what we eat and how we eat it. Now, to do this, we have to take stock of what our country has for us as natural endowment. And here you are talking about the overall land resources, 93 million hectares of land, of which currently only 34 million hectares are being cultivated. But even in that, what we've also realized is that our farmers are not as productive, even within the same hectareage. And so, what are the solutions? For us in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, first we realize having only farming season that is rainy and then dry season is not enough. So what the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is promoting is all year-round farming. And to do this, we are preparing our farmers that have the advantage to produce short duration varieties, and immediately after that, they can still start a second cycle or bring in another crop that has its own timing at that particular time. And we also go into the main dry season farming. So this all year round farming requires a lot of support, and we realize this, and that is why the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is actually in the forefront of giving us support for the agricultural mechanization program, which will reduce drudgery. But in terms of some of the challenges you have mentioned, yes, as a result of climate change, weather changes is definitely bound to bring new pests and diseases. And so we are responding to all of this because in the first instance, you remember the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development has been created and some departments have left. Now in the ministry, we have a new department of plant health and pest control, and they are currently designing a very strategic plan that will enable us to now begin to deal with this issue much more holistically. But suffice it to say that for the 2025 rainy season, some of our programs have already made provisions for herbicides, insecticides, pesticides, and all the other support, facilities that farmers will require to do their farming. But what
okay. Okay, just conclude your thoughts, Honorable Minister. Go ahead.
Crop varieties that are short duration, disease resistant, and they will give the farmer a high yield. And I think our research institutes are working currently on such kind of disease resistant, and pest resistant, varieties. We are beginning to see progress. In terms of the maize you talk about, the tiller maize